Greetings. Welcome to yet another live event on social media as we continue on a weekly basis to share 1 hour with you, for you, because of you, on your behalf, giving back to you because so much has been given to me that I felt at least an hour a week is sort of at least a beginning of a giving back to the public. And on this hour, I share as much as I can, all of me, in a progressive cause, in a genuine cause, in a cause that meet people where they are and how they are. Non judgmental, not vexing, just an entrance into a conversation, especially in the political sphere, because that's what I do. I do politics. I am not necessarily a politician, although some would want to think so, and maybe I might even be inclined to accept. But I'm a political professional by academic handle. And what I do here is to exchange based on the best of my expertise. The things I believe need to be expounded on. I should say expounded on. So today we're going to look at a very simple topic, which is the acquisition of power is a battle which is achieved by winning little confrontations. That's what I'm dealing with today. But like I always do, I sort of do icebreakers where I touch on topics other than the real issue that is the subject of my discussion. And today, my icebreaker is to introduce you to two platforms, professional platforms that I have created to continue my work, because it is a known fact that I'm a public published writer. And recently I added public published book to that. Where yes, I publish many of my literary works, essays, articles, plays, etc., blog. But my first book was published about a month or two ago. Dame Eugenia unedited, the first book in a series of like 6 books that I am in the middle of producing over the next 10 years, which deal with the legacy of the political leaders of Dominica, not for the people who are in politics now necessarily, but for the children, the youth, who will want to know something when they are going to have to fix the country from where some greedy partisan people have left it. And on both sides, not just one side. You have greedy partisan people on the left. Well, we don't even have left and right in Dominica. Let's just say on the opposition and in the incumbent. And so much of that has gone on over the past, they say, 40 years, and certainly within the past 2 decades, that we are now at an all-time high in terms of political stalemate. So this series of books will assist the emerging generation by giving them some insights as to what our leaders would have done, our leaders from E.O. Leblanc to Roosevelt Skerrit. Somebody else will write post Roosevelt Skerrit, but I'm covering those leaders over 10 years. So the children who are 9 and 8 now will be 18 and 19 when I'm done with the books, and they would have had at least 6 books to look at to say, boy, look at how we got here. Look at what our leaders said, who did what, and they'll make their own judgment. So number one book has been out and the sales have been very good. And I decided to share 2 platforms that I have developed to assist with the marketing and promotion of not just that book, but 4 books that I'm working on at the same time, a 4-part book for children. Should be ready for the end of the year as a Christmas gift. And I'm also working on the second book on the series, Patrick John. simultaneously with a book on Calypso. So I am writing profusely, and by the will of the Almighty who guides and strengthens me, those books will be released rather sooner rather than later. But that's the future. Let's talk about now. Dame Eugenia Unedited, and I would like to introduce you to a website and a Facebook page developed specifically for that purpose. And the handle for both pages or both sites is Alex Bruno Books. That's it. So I'm not too sure which one I'm going to show you first, but let me show you one. alexbrunobooks.com. That's the website. And Alex Bruno Books. That is the Facebook. So you're looking now at the website for the first time. We will not necessarily go over the entire content of the site. I will make some time to go over everything one day, but I want to introduce you to it. And for those of you who feel like searching a bit, go ahead, check it out. I have a little excerpt of a conversation with Dame Eugenia and a little write up about the idea. A very simple, I think, easy to navigate page. So go on there, check it out. You may be asked to give a comment, you could leave a note or whatever it is, do that. So that's an official page, very official, that deals with my writing. And many of the writings that I have done will be placed on there. Not just books, but articles, essays, and everything else. So this is alexbrunobooks.com. You really want to check it out on the social media. Again, if you're doing things, you should do it right and professionally. And this is a professional social media page. You will get to read a little about the author. You will get to read a lot about the book. And maybe as time goes by, I will post things about the book as well. So it's not a very difficult page to navigate. It's not a lot of content on there. I made it very simple, and it is easy to navigate just for your navigating pleasure. You could also purchase the book through my site as well by clicking on a link that takes you to the Amazon sites to get your book. So for those of you who have been asking me where, go to alexbrunobooks.com and get a copy of your book. As one of my friends, well, as my number of my friends have been doing, but one just I think yesterday or today sent me a picture again. And as I said on the post that you're going to see on the Facebook page, I don't always post the pictures that I get from people and the comments because sometimes you don't have to show off everything. But the sales continue, and I'm very, very, very happy. So that's the website. Check it out, guys. alexbrunobooks.com. Very simple. We also have a Facebook page, Alex Bruno Books, and soon to come will be all the other social media outlets as well. But here is Alex Bruno Books Facebook page. Again, exciting, clean, neat, simple. All the content, all the information you need, the posts that I have done so far, and this is going to be very interactive. My idea is to get young people to manage this page, give them the credentials and let them go ahead and make the page their own. That is my plan. You can take it if you want, but I'm a person who have been pro young people all my life. So my page will be managed by younger, very much younger people. And by so doing, my page will be kept young. And hopefully I will be kept younger because we grow older, but it's always nice to maintain a particular jeunesse, a particular youthfulness. No, I don't have to dye my hair to be youthful. You know, some people dye their hair. Some people, you'll be surprised if you see them in the morning before they leave for work. You blanc, blanc, blanc. Like being blanc is not a problem, but what I'm saying, my manifestation is who I am, but it's nice to feel the youth vigor, which I feel every day. And my page will be managed by young people. And they will be deciding what goes out on the page, how it goes out as well. So this is it. I have a Facebook page, Alex Bruno Books, and we have a website, alexbrunobooks.com. If you want to go there, drop a comment, send me a message, contact me, do a little review, send me the review of my book. I will post it on the page. Do that, guys. And again, as I said, this will be in the domain of younger people who will get a little stipend maybe to control the page. Not much money, little thing. And they will be the administrators of the page. So here we go. I've introduced you to two social media platforms. And there's more to come in terms of alexbrunobooks.com. We're going to be having live interactive readings and Q&A, sit-down conversations and stuff like that. So it's coming, guys. It's coming. That's what my focus is, on doing literary work to help us to understand the politics better. I'm not crazy about power. In fact, I have no plan or desire necessarily for me personally to gain anything from being in public office. I just want my brother Carlos and others who work hard to get in there. And I'll do all I can to make sure that happens. And if it doesn't happen now, it will eventually happen because those who are in office cannot stay in office forever. Even if they try, eventually the people will get tired of them and somehow, some way, they will be out. And the good thing about brother Carlos is that he's young. At least he has 20, 25 years on some. So while they might be transitioning out, he will have a seat in the parliament, in the house, in the government of Dominica, because the brother deserves it. And I say so about him because I work with him every day. I feel the depth of his passion. Sometimes we fight about he not being as aggressive as I would like him to be, but Carlos is going to be Carlos. What are you going to do? Work with Carlos. You work with Carlos, you have no problem. And I will speak more about him when I'm actually discussing the topic that I have decided to discuss today. So that's it, guys, in terms of a little promo for my work. Some people say I should just be promoting my work the way some people promote their work. And I'm not going to call Asa Banton name. But people tell me, do like Asa. I mean, look, I call the name, my boy. Yeah. People tell me, do like them, man, but just push yourself. Forget people, just push you. Well, nothing wrong with people pushing themselves, but I'm just not that kind of a person to be that kind of a person. I always find a way to push people before me, even when I have things to push. Because if I had sold, let's say, 500 copies of that book already, things might have been different, And I think if I had pushed it, I might have sold that. But it's not about me, man. It's about the mission. It's about people. And sometimes I pull myself behind and I promote people. The problem is when I promote people, and many people I have promoted, when I expected them to help me later down in life. Well, I don't expect anything from people, but when one would reasonably expect that if you promote people and help people and maybe take a bullet for people, at least they would give you a little water when you're thirsty. No, I'm not doing it for that, but I have been in a situation and situations in the past to realize that there are people and there are people. There are people that I pretty much literally risk it all for, who I think wouldn't care too less about what is happening to me today. And I would tell myself, boy, how do we think? How do we think? Why would we, are we that selfish, or is it that we're just clueless or we have lost our sensibilities? One man, I can say boldly, that have stood up for me in the face of danger is a fella called Gordon Henderson. Well, Carlos is a rookie. Carlos is they call him my dog. That's what the young people say. I don't know what that means, but I'm using it. If I'm saying something bad about Carlos, I'm sorry, Carlos' mother. Carlos many girlfriends. I mean, sorry, Carlos friends. So that's my dog. But you see, Gordon Henderson is a good man. I saw him stand up for me when I faced some political adversity, and he put things in perspective in a way I could not have. Because he was the one who reminded me that I was the one who did what was done with the movement that I was part of. Because people were claiming it as theirs, and he said, no, Alex, do this. And I just remember it is me, because I push people so much that I even forget it's me. And Gordon has never stopped communicating with me. Every now and then, a little message, a little idea, a little advice. Not politically, all kind of early. Amazing brother. Put me in contact with key people. And Gordon, thanks for that, for the link you gave me in Guada. I'm going to work on it. I might even fly to Guada, Gordon. People like you are very rare. And I stood up for Gordon too on many occasions. There was one time I wrote a big article about Gordon Henderson, La Paix de Carton Slip So, and it vexed a lot of people. Today, Gordon is on the festival. After how many years, Gordon? 10 years? 8 years? So things change. And that is in line with my little topic about the win. And everything is political. Not everything should be partisan, but everything is political. And you win little confrontations until you win. And Gordon is a winner. Gordon may not have $1 million sitting in the bank, but Gordon is a millionaire because of his worth, and hopefully a billionaire before he transitions. In fact, when he transitions, his worth will catapult, because it's when people like that go, we realize their real worth. And I will talk about Gordon a bit more. I have a program planned to do about this Caribbean Musical Award thing and people being awarded. And I'm not too sure whether Gordon got awarded as yet. I'm hearing talk about hip hop celebrating 50 and all music celebrating 50. Kadas to it. And if you look at Kadas against those music, it was Kadas music that propelled those music. Don't get me started here. All those big Zouk and Soca artists that get in the awards and those things there. Where those things came from now? Where do you think Soca came from? Soca is bouillon. Not the bouillon that come after Soca. Is a bouillon of our cadence calypso. Cadence calypso, that is our calypso. That is from there soca came. The influence of the music rhythm and the beat was captured by Lord Shorty I, thanks to Chris Seraphin and Lord Tokyo. And he went back to Trinidad with a song called Upiti, a conquest he had in Dominica. And no one can challenge me. I've been saying so for the longest while. No, Trinidad has done a lot of the soca, but the ingredients for the first soca song came from Dominica. And that's what I've been saying. I'm not claiming that soca is only Dominican. But the nucleus of soca evolved from a conquest. Lord Shorty had it for a lady in the south, and he put it in song. Udi mwen piti shorty, udi mwen piti umati. For those people who do not know, that is nasty business in a clean format. And yes, nasty business is old. Big bamboo from Sparrow and Saltfish and all them songs. These are nasty business, cleverly designed. Right now, the nasty business have no filter. It's just drop it on that. So we have moved. So the point is clear. People like Gordon have contributed, and I will be speaking about Gordon. And if I survive him, I will continue speaking about him. If he survives me, Gordon will continue speaking about me, and he will continue doing his work. We have a living legend among us. Gordon is in the ilk of people like my partner Alwyn Bully, who is resting. He has not gone. Alwyn is just resting. And if you have to declare heroes in Dominica, Gordon and Alwyn are supposed to be in the first set of heroes. Man create a whole new music genre. When we had pop and soul and R&B. R&B was not even a thing as yet as such. The man created a thing with his group on the spot in France, and change the face of Afrocentric music in the Caribbean and export that to the world in many forms, because we had the Haitian compas before, but the influence of the cadence on the compas is clear. And when I'm doing a special discussion on that, I will show you guys. So Gordon, thanks for standing up for me, my brother. God bless you. Or may the Creator continue to guide you, and your beautiful wife, your lovely family, and continue to be the person that you are. You're a genuinely good man. You suffer a lot of persecution, but you're going to be fine, and you're going to live a long life, 100 years plus. I wish for you of good health, because I see you do 60 push-ups there. When you were 60, maybe you were close to 70. You're 70 already, no, Gordon? I don't even know. But it doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter. I see you push 60 push-ups there, and I was quavering on 19. I'm not saying that I'm supposed to be stronger than you, but boy, cheers. All right, that's enough. I think I took a lot of time. You see, again, it's like me to give people all their credit. And talking about giving credit, my program today will be focused on young people because I have worked with a lot of young people. I'm still working with young people as we speak today. There are at least 4 young people I'm consulting with right now. 2 politically, one academically, another one who is transitioning from academic, 2 who has been courted by other people to try to put them on sort of political platform business. And I work with young people every day, hundreds of young people every day, hundreds. So I am someone who understands the quest and the need of young people. And there are some who listen to young people, and every young person they hear that they think that song as if they can add to their ambition. They say, "Come and work with me, and I will put you there." Never do they take their time to listen to what the young people are really saying and help them to craft their message. No, they want to take the young people message and put on their platform for their personal benefit. Ah, Marissa, the same misuse and abuse of the youth continues in Dominica, as was the case with me. There are people when I was younger who in their 30s who used me for their benefit when I was in my 20s, like those people now. Now I'm in my 50s and they in their 60s, going on their 70s. They are still trying to use the youth. And if the youth allow them to use them, they will be used. And not, there are some people who are not to 60s too, who are younger, who are still doing the same because they learn it from other people. I was abused as a youth. I'm not going to abuse my youth. I'm going to help my youth to stay away from being abused. But some do melee. Anytime a youth sound intelligent and smart, come, I want to put you in this. Telling the youth what to do when the youth know what the youth want to do. But young people, if you're looking for a voice and an advocate, you have that in me. And I always say it and I tout it because I have done it. And those who are trying to lure you into their party trap game, ask them, what have you ever done for the youth? Yours truly promoted a camp called Reality Camp in 1992. See how long ago that was? And I had Sir Clarence and other key individuals come to help the youth. Some of those young people today are in government and they maybe forget that their start was in a camp that we did. Yours truly. That's why people like Trilogy and those guys, I respect them because they are doing what I did when I did what I did. And in 30 years' time, they will say that's what I did. You see the writing, whatever workshop and those things they're doing and other things. That was me. And those people who used me then have tried to discard me because I go against them and they're trying to get other young people to use. And I'm telling you, that's a gospel truth. And if they get me started, I will expose them. But I'm not that kind of a person. I am someone for the young people. Please, guys, pass that word around. Tell young people if they're looking for an advocate, check me out. I'm working for a young lady right now, preparing her for a pageant. I told her I need no money, nothing whatsoever. Just go and do your best. I've worked with young women going back 20 years in pageants. Tell me somebody who's now saying they like the youth that have done that. And I've never charged any one of them anything. Going way back to Ferdinand Frampton when she ran for Miss Dominica. Martha Augustus, my wonderful dear friend, who at the time when I was a boy, I was sharp like joke. And Martha was skeptical. But I showed Martha that I was a gentleman, spent her time and didn't do anything. I mean, some people were not as lucky as Martha, but I've been there, going way back. I didn't work with Marcella because Marcella had a crew, but I was around. Work with youth in broadcasting, in media, theater, drama. So I have a track record of working with youth and helping youth. So those people who try to malign me to say that I'm looking for power, point your finger at yourself and let me try to help our youth. Because I bataille too much in the system for 30 years to make it. And now that I'm in my 50s and gracefully aging, I think I need to speak up for the youth because the youth have the energy, but they don't have the technical know how. And I just fixed a thing for a youthful person a while ago, because they mean well, but sometimes it don't come out well. So my job is to help the youth to fix their messaging so that it comes out well and that they're not abused by people who are looking at like vultures to grab them. Wicked people that have no good intention for our young people. All they see is themselves and what they can benefit from. Fire. But who am I? Probably you might be saying the same thing about me, but I have a track record to run on. Give me a track record of helping anybody and not abusing them sexually or whatever, Ali. Show me yours. Give me yours. So get me started now. All right, boy, half an hour gone already. Way. Anyway, let me talk about the topic for 20 minutes because I have to join Carlos today on Team Unity Dominica's round table for a massive discourse. Guys, stay with me until then. And at 3 o'clock, we're going to join Carlos. We're going to do something on the Team Unity Dominica platform, Dominica's newest and most exciting youthful based party, movement, organization, anything you want to call us. We are built for unity and progress. And if anybody tell you otherwise, tell them prove it. Everything that we are is about progress and united for a purpose, not for a party or for color, for our country. And we are established, we are registered, we took part in the process, we are there to stay. Anything else that can come in the name of unity, but show it, including getting us involved in your coming. Oh boy, that sounded bad. That thing sounded bad, what I just said there. Getting us involved in your emergence. I don't know. I mean, you don't have to, but anyway, you know what? I tied up myself there. I'm using some terrible words today. Then. Here's my topic for today. The acquisition of power is a battle which is achieved through winning confrontations. And the person I'm going to feature for the next 20 minutes is no other than Carlos Charles. And I'm asking the producer to find me pictures of Carlos and just brandish pictures on the screen as I'm talking, because that man deserves the accolades that I'm giving. And after some incidents which happened to me politically in Dominica, trusting people, maybe trusting people too much, giving too much, maybe being too naive and too nice, and trusting people's rational judgment to the point where they try to, I would use the word I want to use there, but I'll be banned on Facebook for maybe they send me in jail like Marlon has been going in jail so often. So I won't use that word. And Chris too, Chris goes to jail quite well. He hasn't been in jail for a while. But trusting in people is a good thing and it can be a bad thing. And my trust in people have landed me in the calaboose. Well, not literally, but in hot water sometimes. But I am fighting because my grandmother taught me that when kanoki kule pa kafe lot pa navige. I don't have to translate for anybody. You are Dominicans, you should get that. So even if you falter, that's not a problem. That's life. It's how you react after the falter that's the most important thing. And I have stood up every time I fall. And I have stood up after a big political stumble, and I'm feeling as strong as I ever felt before. Even if some of you on social media think whatever, I know based on what I'm getting that it is all fine. My following have improved by almost 1,000 people. I was 2,000 something plus when I had my falter. Now I'm up to 3,000 almost. My people who have been my friends have remained, and the inquiry continue getting more. If I had a professional page, that page that I'm on right now, I would have had thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people following. But that has been a personal page with, I can only have 5,000 friends. And I maxed that out long ago. I'm not even operating professional pages as Carlos tell me I should. And maybe I'll go there eventually, but I like that little page. I'm accustomed to it old school. Or if Carlos can change that personal page to a professional page for me, I don't mind. But I like that little Alex Powell Bruno page, man. I'm connected to it, man. So give me a break. So contrary to what some think, I've been doing better. I've gotten promotion. I've gotten everything since my little fumble, and I've stood up and I walk because my grandmother tell me, "Pa, when you fall, just dust yourself up and walk again. Eh? It's not how you fall, it's how you get up." And I'm telling you, I fell hard because I trusted hard. And I said after that, I cannot trust people again. But what is hot? You cannot not trust because people are around you every day. And Carlos is one I've learned to trust over the past year more than I've trusted him before. I mean, I would tell Carlos let's go and do a shoot, and I sometimes I would say, but Carlos might not come. I'll make allowance. But right now, I think based on working with Carlos for over a year, he's a brother that have regained my trust in people and humanity. And I wanted to speak about him today in my conversation about the little wins. Because in politics, ladies and gentlemen, it's not the big wins. It's the big win is, yes, but the big win does not come big all at once. It comes small. It begins with little winning, little confrontations. No, I don't have to give full examples because, again, I cannot see what we do ever so often because you don't set your opponents right, wise. But we are doing things quite often. And that is part of the things that we do. So I will not say too much. I'll just say enough to let you know, at least those people who are interested in what I do, they will get a little section, a little idea of how power is achieved. You do not blast power away from powerful people. You take it from them systematically. And how you do it is by winning little confrontations. And I know Carlos is going to deal with that on the topic today. I'm not too sure what the topic is. I can't remember. He sent it to me, but I can't remember. It's about, oh gosh. Anyway, tune into the TUD page live at 3 to find out. But it has to do with the nominations of the two Kalinago women in the for presidency and stuff like that. That's going to be a nice discussion, guys. Check it out. Little wins, little wins, and I want to explain to you what a little confrontation is in politics and how you just agree sometimes to disagree. Some people believe that politics is supposed to be, oh, you jam me, I jab you back. That is Australian politics. That is Reginald Austria, my partner in thing, cottage, constituency, Tukari. That is his politics. You jab me, I jab you back. Sometimes he jab you before you jab him. I get my big jab from Austria, a lot of times. But he would still call me to go and do things for him, events for him, until he stopped calling me now. Because he realized I'm serious and I want to take him out of office. But I used to host his events, his Christmas party, every year for him as the MC. And he knew I was not a supporter of his party, but I was, kind of in the middle of the road playing it safe. But right now I start saying things about his party and he banned me. They even take me out on the BS and all kind of a things. So sometimes you pay the price. I was on festival, they take me out on fest. All those things I lose. But sometimes you have to stand up for something because I think my partner, Mr. Austria, has been in for a while. I think he retired now. He got the highest award and he enjoying life. La vie bon. I don't have any grudges. I mean, the man did what he had to do. The man, he enjoying his life now. Carlos Uncle, my partner. So I don't play the kind of politics he play. That is him. He and Swanston Carbon and those guys. They call Swanston, Swinestein, the gutter man, These guys were special creations when it came to politics. I heard Mr. Austria give Monel a run for money with some cow meat, boy. I was sorry for Monel. He softened Monel, I think he went too far too, but that is Mr. Austria. The point I am making is you don't always have to fight fire with fire. Sometimes you have to fight fire with a smile. And I want to show you a picture of Carlos making a presentation on reform and the look, the optic on his face. This young man, handsome guy, very well presented, well endowed. Look at that. Isn't that the face of success, ladies and gentlemen? Even if you don't think that Carlos has all the charismatic drive there is to lead a party and to change a nation all at once like Ruzi did, Is that not a face of someone you'd like to see next to you in the morning, or close to you at night, or in the government representing or fighting for you, advocating for you? A young man, good looking, handsome, strong, well endowed, with a pensive look on his face, and he smiles. He smiles, ladies and gentlemen. You might have dimples too, you know. Don't forget the dimples. Dimples not a qualification. And he has been gathering little wins, little confrontation that he has been winning. And he jabbed fellas too, you know. I think he jabbed the prime minister, and the prime minister come back and say, "Oh, where is TUD going to get money from? I want to see where they're going to get money from." I tell him, "Hold on, don't answer the prime minister. You'll answer him when you're ready." So he is playing the game, and he is winning little confrontations. He contested in Marigot. He doesn't live there. He has roots in Marigot. But he just wanted his name to be on the ballot in Marigot, not to win or anything. Carlos never contested. Carlos never go Marigot. On the day of election, Carlos was in La Plaine, somewhere around. No agent, nothing, no money, nothing. Just put his name on the ballot because it was necessary. Someone to come and conclude that he didn't do well. So what if he didn't do well? You start. I bet he got a vote. And not one, not two, not three, not four. He got votes. The party got over 100 votes altogether. This man has done well. He met with all the international reputable election agencies, had meetings with them, cordial meetings with them. He is gazetted as having led a party into an election. These are little confrontations that he is winning. While some believe that they are high and mighty, they can sit and cross their leg and they are it. And that will bring them benefits. While Carlos, who has been working for the past year to develop his craft, quietly is being overlooked by some. You do so at your own peril. And I'm saying so because I genuinely think that the brother has what it takes. I'm going to put up his pictures again and tell me if that is not a picture of someone who is serious and ready to do something differently. Look at the man. All pictures of him suggest that there is something in him. No boo face, no vexation, calm and cool. Look at that. Among a sea of red. Look at that. Why is his name again? Christian. Look at how Christian is smiling in awe of Carlos. Look at how straight my partner I'm speaking about. With the ball shining head. Who's that fella with the forehead at the back there? I can't remember. Oh, that is the speaker now. And a young lady. These are red people, and he is there as maybe the lone opposition. Well, no, there was opposition of the fellas there too, but Carlos is there, waiting to go and give his speech, maybe nervous like a joke in the lion's den. This is winning small confrontations. Guys, I hope you're getting the point, and I'm highlighting Carlos because Carlos is a damn good man. Before Patrick got into election, Patrick was a fantastic brother too. Patrick was out, cavalier, vary. Carlos is not that. Carlos is behind the scenes, behind the camera. But the man is transitioning. Some people transition from what they are to what politics, to their politics, and they didn't change nothing. Carlos is changing, as you can see, guys. Put a picture up again. See how Carlos is transitioning nicely into the post. Some fellas come there as journalists and they remain as journalists. How the heck you expect to be a journalist and a politician at the same time? Carlos was a cameraman, he's an IT man. But look at the changes the brother have made. And one of the things, again, he might not like if I say, Carlos has decided to shed 1 or 2 pounds. I say, Carlos, you're looking good the way you are. But he decided to shed a pound or two. If you see him, tell him put back on the pound. Because he is a well-endowed person. That's what looks good on Carlos. Guys, are you getting the point? And I wanted to highlight my brother today. Why? Mainly because he lost his grandfather. So Carlos, on my own behalf, my family's behalf, and on team's behalf, I want to express deepest condolences to you and your family. I will do the same on the program in a while. But I wanted to reach out and to give you some love, my brother, and let those people who doubt you. I remember John Rose, my friend, called me and said, Alex, there is a plan of foods to out you from your party. I said, Johnson, what kind of nonsense you're talking about there? How can you take water? How can you take how can you divide water from itself? Johnson tell me there are different properties. There's H2O. You might be the H2, but the O might be going. I say, how, Johnson? Nobody's brave enough or foolish enough to want to do that. How? He said, there's a meeting today at 2 o'clock. I said, 2 o'clock? He called me at 9 o'clock in the morning, Then I tell Johnson he's joking. Then I make a few calls and I found out that the meeting was really on. And I called Johnson back. I said, man, how you know that? He said, I'm telling you. I am telling you. So I hastily put together a meeting to try to save it, but it was too late. Because there was a renegade move to kill a good thing. And when I told Johnson I didn't believe him, he said, Alex, you doubt me at your own peril. And it was true. I was kicked under the curve like a very old regime fig. And the people who were my friends, I now understood what kind of friends I had. Some of them, not all. Carlos was with me. Carlos stayed with me. Carlos is a friend. Carlos was not in the front. Carlos was helping, saying things at the back. And if I knew Carlos had what it took, as I know today, boy, things could have been different in Dominica, boy. The entire country could have been in a different way, Sometimes, guys, we never know what one person can do, So I'm telling those people who are doubting Carlos, you doubt him at your own peril. I believe in that brother. I believe in this man. He has a lot of skills and abilities, and I wanted to beef him up and strong him up because sometimes people doubt themselves. And Carlos, my dear friend, you should never doubt yourself. And coming from me, you may not even see the value of what I'm doing for you now until you see it. Because a brother by the name of Gordon Morrow once told me when I was doing my little thing with the Pampo Foundation, he said, Alex, I need to speak with you. I say, what happened? Mr. Morrow is a man I really looked up to, sharp like a pin, really, really sharp, clever, and sharp otherwise too. And Gordon says, I would like to do the accounts for you for the Pampo Foundation because you need to have some papers in your hand. When it comes to money and donations, people can be a bit fickle. I'm a chartered accountant. I'll do it for you for next to nothing. Give me $500. I say, what? He said, okay, give me $350 just because. And I'm going to do your paperwork for you. I brought down a container of stuff. Not through Crazy T. Crazy T helped me with some container clearing and get some people to work the container. My wonderful former friend, Emil Paben Sarah, was with me at that time when I thought he was a real friend. And we brought the things in. And boy, some people, boy, really show you the true colors when adversity hits. Anyway, boy. Anyway, that just throw me off there, that name I call there, and what I know that the journeys, man, when you travel with people and you realize how people true colors come through when it really matters most, It's like, you're drowning, boy, and your hands up, boy, and you're asking for help, and man not throwing their hands at you or like a rope for you, boy. Ja, boy. Instead of man throwing stones at you. Anyway, so Gordon said, you need to account for the things that you're bringing in. Show the money you make, show the stuff you do, and do it. So I did it with Gordon. Gordon did a chartered account for me, and Gordon said, here is your account. And that looked pretty good. Lo and behold, some people started to challenge me, say, oh, I doing things and I raising money for Pampu and all kind of thing. I just flashed the Gordon Morrow chartered account in their face, and that just neutralized them. Fellas, some of them that died already took over the Pampo thing and go and build house for Pampo, put her in a blockhouse, end up killing the lady. Sorry, I shouldn't say it that way. Guys, it's not easy. I went through a lot of tribulation in Dominica, and I'm still going through. And it's the same people that use people that continue to do what they're doing. Now, I have gotten a lot of good stuff too. It was no only tribulation. But when God Morrow told me that what I'm doing for you will benefit you, you'll see the value of it. And I live to see the value of the documents God gave me. I paid $350 for. That saved me my whole reputation, but people were already questioning me and my motive until I showed them the chartered accounts from God. The same thing is true for you, Carlos. People will doubt you. They will malign you, especially those on social media. It's a few hundreds, maybe a 400 that there. And all their job is to do is to create mayhem. They're writing under fake names and they're writing a few times under the same fake names. Do not judge that. That's what I depended on when I started the movement before. And that was a mistake because those people are not genuine. The genuine Dominicans are those on the ground suffering. Well, there are some genuine too on social media. I shouldn't say that not all. But those that are loud, 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 and most patriotic, dodge them. They believe they're above people, some of them. And they tell me so that they're above. That person is beneath me. And when it's time to fight, they're not fighting with you. And they're fighting against you. Boy, ja. So, Carlos, what I'm doing for you, what you're doing for yourself is worth it. Take yourself seriously, my brother. Don't let anybody tell you you're destroying yourself. If they ever tell you that, you are giving yourself a chance at a career, which is different from what you are known for. While some of them does they're comfortable in their little job, playing it safe, you have risked it all. You have not much to lose, but you risk it all. And there's a saying that goes like this, chupul. I think at the end of the day, you'll realize that you have made a good decision. And I was not the one that put you in it. Remember, you put me in it. Remind people that this party thing, this TUD thing is not my idea. I had already decided, well, Mwefini, you call me and I say, Carlos, if you call me, here's what I want you to do. Step up. And you stepped up. Because I was not going to trust anybody else to prepare them for what I'm preparing you for. So they can doubt you if they want, at their own peril. Because I would not trust them to work with them. Those that doubt you and think that they're better than you. And they are more eloquent. Winning is winning the hearts and minds. Not with glamour and glitz, which is and has been the case in the politics. Sometimes making personal connections sink deeper, which is what you're doing, Carlos. And all your trips that you're making around Dominica, do not show them. Don't show pictures. Continue going. I know where you are and I know what you're doing. I know where you have been for the past week. Keep on. You're going to show no picture of you walking around anywhere. And don't tell people what you give because I know you give school stuff for the school that began. Do not tell people what you give. Don't show picture of what you give in. You are not a girl's guide or whatever it is that always posting pictures or some politician. Continue to do your work because it is little wins that give you the big win. And they may tell you you are scared, slap dog. Smile when they tell you that. I see some comments about you on the DNO. Don't read that. I'll read it for you. Or let your auntie read it for you. People will try to unset you because they know what you're going towards. They were there before. And whatever it is that they know that's there, they don't want you to get it. So my topic was little confrontations create big wins. And I decided to focus my attention on Carlos because the Bible says. What did the Bible say about the lowly people? Guys, do you remember what the Bible said? Those of you who believe in the Bible, I know you do. The mighty sometimes is humbled, and the lowly one is uplifted. And when you do genuine, honest work, it is always recompensed with good. And if you do not believe in God, you have a problem. Or whatever it is that you want to refer to that exists, you have a problem. And I know my brother believes he's been doing, and I think his greatest confidant is his mother and his father too. Brother Lambi is an amazing brother. He's a hardliner sometimes, but Alambi, don't watch Alambi like that. And Carlos has a brother as well who just stand thick and tough. Carlos is ready to be part of whatever conversation moving forward. Those of you who swerve around him and pretend like he does not exist in the political space, he does. In fact, his movement is the second movement in Dominica as we speak in terms of vote getting. And you can say what you want. There is two, one that call themselves Labour, they won the most votes. And one that call itself TUD, they got the second most votes. You could say what you want, that is the facts. And those of you that believe you better candidates than him, he got more votes than you because you didn't run. That is the facts. No matter how you twist it, how you try to trivialize it, you do not own support. You earn it. Who is to say that the support you had last election before you're going to get it back? You don't own people. You don't have the rights to own support anywhere. You have to work at it, and Carlos has been working. You might be surprised. Carlos might take all your support from you. Because you know what? He smiles, he's gracious, he's thankful, he's genuine, he's unassuming, but he's sure. He's not gallopy, but his pace is steady. These are the little things that you need to do well at. It's not always about the glitz and glamour, talking loud and burning fire on people and calling names and explaining everything like you are God's gift to explanation. That's not politics alone. There are a lot of things involved in politics, and winning in politics is not a thing that you can just do. It's a thing that has to be manufactured. And my brother Carlos is working. He may not win right away. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I'm giving him special attention on this program. And Carlos, if you know what's good for you, use that program as a promotional tool for you, because everything I've said there is genuine, and I mean it. And whatever you do tomorrow, you do. If you disappoint me, well, that will be just another disappointment. But I'm telling you, if you disappoint me, my friend, I'm not too sure about what I'm going to say, but it will be something heavy. Because again, after the fall I got with the previous experience, I told myself, and many people tell me, Gaston, Alex, boy, come on, come on. And I told myself, it's true. And you, Mr. Carlos, have me back in it. That's why you are the unity leader today. And a lot of them that trying to do their own thing again want what you had. Oh, sorry, have. And I'm not saying that you cannot change. If something happens, you can change. But for now, my friend, continue on, carry on. You are doing well. You have my full love, my admiration and support and blessing and endorsement. And I know I have the same from you as well. Finish. That's my conversation for today. I'm not too sure whether there are any comments. I will see if there is any. If not, I'm going to retire to get ready to join my partner Carlos in 5 minutes. Any comments? Let me see. Any messages? Wow, Viva. Alex. Move on. Leave UWP. And Lennox alone. Great smiles, and he is a winner, and Lennox Linton does not smile. He's a lover of. What is this man or woman talking about? Viva, are you well? Did I ever call that name that you wrote there? And the name of my friend that you put there? Why do you do that, Viva Mamo? I mean, Viva really? Is Viva an AI creature? Something that is created to antagonize? You can't antagonize me, Viva. You're employed to sway attention and to dodge the conversation. It hasn't worked. As I said, you are one of the few on social media who do well enough, but your effect is not being felt national. It is being effect in your little base. And you are just dividing and causing people to be antagonized, which is not paying dividends. How can you say that I talk about UWP and Lennox? Where did that come in there? When? When did I ever say something like that, Viva? Let me see that again, Mr. Producer, because I mean, come on, Viva, man. Come on, Viva, man. Come on, man. Lift the debate, man, Viva. I mean, of everything I said today, that's all you can come with? Alex, move on. Move on from where? But where I am now, I don't understand that. Leave UWP and Lennox alone. Great Carlos smiles and he is a winner. And Lennox does not smile. He's a lover of politics. Okay. No, man. That has to be a kind of a level of idiocy that I cannot even begin to imagine. Has anybody here listened to me, or did anyone who listened to me today conclude what that person is saying to be the case? Because I didn't call names. In fact, the last person I speak about not smiling is not even in the UWP, is a man I see giving a speech, and I call him and I told him, boss, you speaking, but I can feel it's like you're speaking down, you're not smiling, you're not enjoying the speech. People want to see you part of the speech. And then I spoke about Coco Gauff, who said that people told her that she should smile, and her smile caused her to win a US Open because she was not enjoying the game. She was thinking of the results. I never call Lennox name in those things. Lennox is my friend. We share the same birthday. I've never had any issue with Lennox. He probably have issues with me, but I've never said anything bad against Lennox ever, privately or publicly. People like Viva are trying to put a wedge between me and my friend. Viva, I'm so disappointed in you. And look, Viva, come back again. Alex, you do not have to call Lennox on internet, but we know where you are going with this. I can't get vexed now. To me, move on. Put another one of Viva up. Let me see if Viva still continues that foolishness. And that is the kind of foolishness that keep Viva and his party out of office. And it will continue for the foreseeable future. I was part of this party, Viva. Maybe before you. I was part of this party from 1988 when Edgar Jerome was my boss. I started going around with him. Well, 1989. And I left the party 3 years ago, So you see how much time I spent in the party? I was fired about 3 or 4 times in the name of the party, So don't come and try to tell me like you are a bigger supporter than I was. I was supporting the party. I left the party because the party is not progressive. And every time I talk on my little program, I don't try to say it's the party I'm talking about. I'm not even thinking about the party. I'm thinking about Carlos and little wins and confrontations. That's all you hear. And I don't even call you a party name. A party of yours that's not even in parliaments today. And maybe might get back there tomorrow. But come on, man. Look at the problems of your party. The last election, the same man you're promoting there. Not the last one, the one before, with the Al Jazeera report. Hurt me and a lot of people. I mean, severely. I never went on the air and diss him. I was severely hurt when his name called in some thing about some money. Or you're not talking about that money, passport. You're not talking about the elephant in the room, but anytime somebody talk, you all want to jump on their throat. Them man spoiling thing, man, move Paul, man. These guys are antagonistic, divisive weapons put in place to deceive and confuse just so that their party and their party alone can be seen as the party. So sometimes, Merv, you have to give it to them, because us three tell you when they jab, you jab them back. So sometimes you shouldn't let those things pass. I'm not upset. Of course, I'm annoyed. I'm not going to lose my cool on people like Viva. Sometimes you have to answer them. Merv Paul say you seem to personalize what people say in their comment. Let the substance of what you are discussing speak. Merv Paul, yes, my substance speak. But when those people were saying things about them, they were letting it slide. And it became their frame. Nobody framing me. And I'm going to fight back against anything that tried to put my reputation in disrepute. I'm not personalizing it. Oh, I know better. Because a lot of comments I let in slide. But it have two Viva. One that good, one that not good. And that one is a not good one. So sometimes you have to put them people in their place. Hey, I'm afraid of them now. I'm not afraid of them. Don't go down the rabbit hole, brother. Okay, I wouldn't go back. Okay, move, Paul. I live in that almost spoil a good talker if my partner Carlos. Austria is now irrelevant in Dominican politics. Okay. I finished. That's my time. 3 o'clock, guys. Check me. I'm going to be on with Carlos um, on at 3 o'clock. Well, at 3:01. And Viva had the last one. Let me see the last one Viva had there. I hope it's an apology because nothing else would suffice. I thought Alex would have done that. Alex knows I am just picking him. No, don't come with your BS. Because all you're playing drunk and saying things and expect it to slide. I will not let it slide, Viva. I know your agenda. Sometimes I do, but I don't even engage you publicly. But in cases like that, you come under my life and put your BS. I want to answer certain things. And I'm tired of you guys putting me against Lennox Linton, a man that I love and admire. I'm tired of it. And Lennox is falling for that foolishness of all you and I suspect because he's not even talking to me. I'm tired of it, man. And no one can frame if you don't allow yourself to be focused, to be framed. Focus, man. All right, good. I finish. Guys, check me with Carlos. I'm going to drink a glass of water. See you in a few on the Community Roundtable. Thank you, Merv. Thank you, Viva. Enough respect. I'm out.